Rich, he's such a bitch. I think that he deserves to be in a ditch. Yo, is it Kino? I don't know. Want to give my mom fellatio.
Damn. Monkey's mama's a dick confirmed.
Hey everybody, welcome to It Kino, the top 20 films of the year. I am Monkey Jones.
And just a reminder, the traps are gay. I am E-Rich. I am slightly congested, but still hanging on.
And I am more than slightly drunk. Let me give an audience warning, folks. I am 6 shots of UV Blue in and 1 full Red Bull in the last hour. I was watching The Bachelor. Every couple minutes, I pour 1 shot of Red Bull, 1 shot of vodka or UV Blue, and I chug the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I should not be recording a podcast, let alone discussing our 20 favorite films of the year. But here we go. We're gonna do it. Let's try to do it fast because we got. If you guys thought the last episode was too long, then we gotta keep this one nice and short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we actually like these movies.
We actually like these movies. Now, we were gonna do one big top 10 where we combine our lists together, but then it turns out that wasn't gonna work. So we did 10. We did separate top 10 lists. So that's why we're going to call this the top 20 films of 2017. We don't know each other's lists. It's going to be all surprise. And also, obviously, I feel like I don't have to say this, but I'm going to anyway. We're not saying these are the best movies of 2017 objectively. These are our top 10 favorite films. Favorite does not mean best.
Best, yes.
You can disagree, and I invite you to, and we would both love to see and evaluate your top 10s. So please fill us in the comments on what your top 10 films of 2017 are. But E-Rich, to start off, please tell us, what is your number 10 film of the year?
All right, my number 10 is a documentary I saw at the beginning of the year. It's called I Am Not Your Negro.
Boo!
I'm not your Negro, Monkey.
You cock.
I'm not your Negro.
Let's hear it. What's this movie? Oh, I guess we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, we did talk about it a little bit, but just like this documentary is so well put together. It's narrated by Samuel Jackson. I might have forgotten to say that.
How many times does he say motherfucker?
Not many times, motherfucker. Let's see here. Yeah, so based on James Baldwin's book, I Am Not Your Negro, basically just analyzes black people in society, how they're treated, how they're shown in media and all that shit. So I'd say give it a try if you don't like it or you don't like black people. You probably won't come out of this liking black people any more than you already do. So it's not really worth trying to get you to watch it. But I just thought it was a well put together documentary. Get to see a lot of old like 20s movies and get to see Birth of a Nation real quick. It's just my favorite kind of historical trawling back through history. So I Am Not Your Negro, my number 10.
Now, E-Rich, I don't know if you know this, but Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns both released their top 10 films of 2017 videos.
Okay.
And neither one of them included a documentary. So you are already smarter than both of those famous movie reviewers.
I am already smarter, more high class, and a better fucker than either of those two idiots.
I bet you have all 3 seasons of Rick and Morty memorized.
That's right. Wubba lubba dub dub, bitch.
Now, folks, my number 10 pick. I'm about to contradict myself, folks.
Oh, shit.
I'm about to go full hypocrite because when we reviewed this movie on Is It Kino, and I had nothing but sour grapes. I said it was the worst piece of shit I've ever seen. But then, I've seen it again since then. I watched it with Sheep over.
Shit.
And I just evaluated my feelings on the film and how it affected me on a personal level and how much it impacted my life. And I had to come to terms with the fact that I actually love this film. It's like I'm Helga and this movie is Hey Arnold, and I thought I hated it, but it turns out I just want to suck that football head's football cock. Rich, what movie do you think I'm talking about?
I would bet it's a ghost story.
It's a motherfucking ghost story.
Oh shit! This is a fucking New Year's Day Christmas present for me.
It's insanity. I didn't think it would make the top 10, but it squeaked out Big Sick and Molly's Game to make the top 10.
Nice.
A Ghost Story is a film that I hated because it was very slow and it had a 5-minute pie scene. But upon further introspection, I realized that just the emotional impact and the way that it made me weep like no other film in history has ever made me cry that much, as foolish as I sound to admit it. Just the way it made me evaluate my internal fears of eternal existence of the earth continuing on without me, and all these things, and I definitely enjoyed and really appreciated the film upon a second viewing.
Yeah, it sticks with you. Like, it really.
It still sticks with me when I think of 2017 in film. That's one of the first movies that pops into my head, just because of how much it made me think about it.
Yeah.
So I would be a liar to say it wasn't in my top 10 favorite films of the year, because there weren't a whole lot of amazing films that really stuck with me. So that one just takes the cake.
All right. Well, that's your number 10. You were very fawning over that one. That's interesting. All right. So that's your number 10. My number 9 on my list is Mother.
Oh, fuck off! That's in my top 10 least favorite films of the year.
I knew something like this would happen.
Fuck
so, Mother,
off.
The contentious Darren Aronofsky movie. People say that he is pretentious. People say that it's
and
so
they're
obvious.
Right.
The movie. I very well agree with those people that it's obvious, but I think it's well made. Like, it's well structured. The framing of everything he does. J-Law's performance is great. Javier Bardem is fucking incredible in this movie. You get to see a baby ripped apart in this movie. It is a visceral experience. It is a fucking thrill ride. Like, most of the movie is not a thrill ride, but as soon as you get onto the fucking roller coaster that is this movie, it just sweeps you away. And all of a sudden, like, people are fucking fighting in the middle of the house. I love movies that viscerally grab me and send me on an experience. And this movie absolutely did that. I will be talking about this kind of feeling later on in my list. But for number 9, Mother fucking sent me on a whirlwind experience of being a mother and having all the things you love taken away from you and being used by this asshole god, Javier Bardem character. So there you go.
I will just repeat what I said in our Mother Kino episode.
Yeah.
For better or worse, this movie is a living nightmare.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is it's quite the experience, and you will feel pain and turmoil while watching it, but at least you're feeling something. And I can't say that about most of the films that came out in 2017. At least it makes you feel something.
Yeah. Mother is able to break through the callous shell of MUMKEY's existence and make him feel. That's pretty incredible.
It literally feels like the nightmares that I have, or that at least that I've had in my life, or like just that when your brain is aching with the feeling of something is wrong, I feel so uncomfortable, what am I supposed to do? That's what that movie brings out of me. And I think I just felt so uncomfortable that I want to hate it, just like I hate my nightmares.
Yeah. There's a very particular feeling of having people in your house or having people do things that you don't like that this movie just captures perfectly. So,
like sitting on that sink when you know that sink is not properly...
It's not fucking braced!
It's not braced, you motherfucker! Get off my sink, you're gonna cause a flood!
Yep. So there you go. Mother number 9. What's your number 9?
My number 9 is a much better film. It's a little movie starring my boy Tom Cruise. It's called American Made.
Oh shit! Wow.
American Made was super fun. Also, it's a true story. It makes you go home and think, okay, there's no way that's true. You look it up on Wikipedia. Turns out it's all fucking true. American Made was just a joyride. It was a lot of fun, and I like those movies that are, and you'll see this later on in my list. Those movies that are based on true stories that are just too. The truth is stranger than fiction, and it's impossible to believe. And I said this before, but I'll say it again. It's super fun. I never felt bored watching the movie. Tom Cruise gives a great performance where you can't tell if he's super smart or just insane and super dumb but lucky. And he's always riding the line between those things. And it's just it's an unbelievable movie when you consider the story and its the truth behind it. And there's not very many movies that I had more fun watching in the theater, so that's why I put American Made at number 9.
That's good. Yeah, I thought American Made was really good. Although I think if you pull Tom Cruise out of this movie, it might not work as well. So,
Well,
I think
good
that's
thing he
more
was in it.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, yeah.
What
Very
you
good
got
movie.
for number 8?
All right, I am gonna catch shit for this from both you and
If it's
the
fucking
YouTube
Star
commenters.
Wars, I'm ending the podcast.
You guessed right, my
Ah!
dude. Number 8. At number 8, Star Wars Episode 8,
Fuck
The Last
you!
Jedi. The Last Jedi. I had to make room for it. I had to throw other shit off.
You know what, E-Rich?
Yeah.
E-Rich, I will say that movie was better than Mother. I'll give you that.
So far, you would agree with my list. You haven't seen I Am Not Your Negro.
I mean,
you have seen Mother.
You've got them in the right order, but they shouldn't be in the top 10.
Well, I would say something similar about American Made.
How dare you?
Okay, so Star Wars Episode 8, I have now seen it 3 times.
What the fuck?
I will probably see it again one more time.
Oh my God.
That is in stark contrast because I saw Episode 7 times in the theater.
Jesus Christ.
Because I'm a masochist, Mumkey.
Yeah, you
I
said
love
you
the
hated
pain.
that movie. Why'd you keep seeing it?
I love the pain. Because I was initially... I tricked myself into thinking I liked it. But with
That's what you're doing with this movie.
No. With Episode 8, I did not need to trick myself into thinking I liked it. I love this movie. Like, it speaks to me on a deep, fundamental Star Wars-y level.
Yeah, because you're a contrarian and the movie contradicts everything that is Star Wars.
That could be true. That could be true, but I think
you just hate Star Wars, and that's why you like The Last Jedi.
Here's the thing. Star Wars fans inherently hate Star Wars. Like, you can't look at this series that only has 2 good movies out of 6 overall.
Out of 10.
Yeah. I was talking about it before Disney got a hold of it.
Oh.
But yeah, you have to inherently admit that most of the series is shit. If you're being objective.
I've been admitting that from day one.
Yeah. I can't say that you're like a hypocrite or anything, but I kind of am a hypocrite because I love all of these movies, and I am able to say this one is probably my second favorite of them all. I think it delivers on performances for the new characters, the old characters. It's a beautiful film to look at. Rian Johnson has perfectly staged out so many moments that just scream, this is Star Wars to me. And that can mean stupid bullshit at times. This series has always been dumb. The main fucking point of the first movie, Episode 4, is an old man takes a young man out to a bar. And they go to a space bar, and there are aliens there. This series has always been dumb, and the best Star Wars kind of knows to ride the line between being dumb and being very, very fun. And I think The Last Jedi gets that, and it's able to deliver on a Star Wars experience. Fuck you, anybody in the comments who disagrees. you can go fuck yourself. I love The Last Jedi.
You know what? I'm not going to take that away from you. You can keep it.
Yeah, this is on my list, so fuck off.
I am looking forward to Rian Johnson's so-called trilogy, whatever it's supposed to be. But I think this is the wrong direction for the sequel trilogy. I think he fucked up the story that JJ started.
Okay. So what is your number 8?
Hey, speaking of sci-fi sequels, my number 8 is a little movie I like to call Blade Runner 2049.
Ooh, good one.
A film that I will forever say is far better than the original film.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I've captured a lot of shit in the comments for saying that the original Blade Runner is a bit boring, but it is. This movie is the right kind of boring because it's super long, it's kind of slow, but goddamn, it's so beautiful, and just the story. Watching the story unfold, every little piece of information is just like it's like a feast. Every little morsel of information that they give you is a fucking feast because there's so much going on in the film. Every single frame of the movie would be a beautiful desktop background for your computer. What more can you ask for? It's brilliantly shot. It's a great sci-fi story, probably one of the best sci-fi movies of the year if we're talking like actual sci-fi content, not just like it has, fake science elements, but like an actual sci-fi story. Only Christopher Nolan delivers on that shit. And Blade Runner 2049, fuck, they brought it home. They brought it home. And we got the goose. You got the goose.
Yeah.
Blade
I'm
Runner.
not saying much because this is also on my list.
Oh, good. It's higher than where I put it then.
Yeah, I'll talk about it later.
If you can make a 3-hour movie that I never get bored with, or I never think, oh man, how much longer is this? And it's just thrilling, even when they're just sitting there doing nothing, I'm still like thrilled by the movie. You deserve to be number 8 on my top 10 list.
Yep, it's something special.
What do you got for number 7?
My number 7, you mentioned Christopher Nolan earlier, is a little movie called Dunkirk.
Oh, hey!
I have not seen Dunkirk yet, again, since it came out.
I thought you were about to say you haven't seen it at all, but you put it as
4K.
number 7 anyway.
Yeah. I just think that Nolan is a really good director, and I don't need to see his movies to know that they're good. As a Nolan fan, that's all I'm saying. No, I haven't seen it against this to theaters. I'll probably get it on 4K when it comes out because I'm a fucking movie snob. But I fucking love this movie. It is a pure cinematic experience. And if you look at my list, I usually favor that. Like Mother is definitely an experience, and I'd say Dunkirk is a very similar experience. They are sending you down basically like roller coaster path, and you're along for the ride, and that's fucking it. It is Christopher Nolan just shoving pure cinema in your face and saying, you motherfuckers have to appreciate the pure craft that is behind this shit, because he's filming everything in IMAX. He's making it so that the fucking sound is mixed just right, so you can't hear any of the fucking people talking. That is Christopher Nolan. That is a Nolan film. If you can understand what Matthew McConaughey is saying, you're not doing it right. If you can understand Tom Hardy is not muffled in his voice enough. Yeah.
If you're watching a movie where you can understand Tom Hardy's dialogue, then it's not Kino.
Yes, exactly. So Nolan has basically gotten to a point where he doesn't need to use characters in his movies anymore. He can just basically send you down a path, and you just have to trust that he is the Kino master, and he'll know what's better for you than you do. And I think Dunkirk is basically the perfect experience for what it is. I was struck while watching The Darkest Hour, the Winston Churchill movie, that I thought that I learned more about anything in Dunkirk than I did watching that Winston Churchill biopic.
Oh, wow.
So, it covers the same kind of events, just from the political kind of standpoints. And, yeah, I think I got more out of Dunkirk. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say watching Dunkirk in IMAX, which is how I experienced it, is probably one of my top 5 film-going experiences of the year. I wouldn't put it in my top 10 favorite movies. I would say it's too little too late as far as a recommendation goes, because if you're not seeing this movie in IMAX, I'd say
you're fucking done, son.
Like, you're missing out on like 80% of the enjoyment, because it's just so loud and visceral, and just like the feeling of dread that the soldiers have gets embodied into you because you're watching it in like the biggest screen and the loudest pot. Like, you feel like you're on that beach and you're just fucked like they are.
Yeah.
Watching it like on your phone or at home on your shitty 50-inch TV, that's not enough to get it on my top 10. But I really enjoyed the experience of watching Dunkirk in the IMAX theater.
People have been taking pictures of other people on airplanes watching Dunkirk.
Oh my god!
On the little headrest.
What the fuck?
And it's just like, I just hope that somebody sends that to Christopher Nolan, because he'll probably like explode. He'll explode.
It's kind of like the movie Gravity for me, although Dunkirk is a far better film than Gravity. Gravity is kind of shit.
Sure.
But it's
Gravity's all right.
But it's like, if you're not watching in IMAX, then why are you watching it?
Yeah. The movie is about surviving a war, and Christopher Nolan makes you survive a war. So, yeah.
All right, we're on number 7?
Yeah.
My number 7 film is a movie that is probably not on anybody's top 10 list other than me, but it crawled its way up.
No.
What do you mean? Oh no! What do you think it is? Give me a guess.
It's
not the Emoji Movie.
Is it Boo 2?
No, it's not fucking Boo 2.
Okay. I don't know what else it would be then.
It's Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Oh shit! All right, you liked it that much?
A
Wow.
movie that just had me on the edge of my seat. Unfortunately, I couldn't see it in theaters. I had to download it illegally. I wish I could have
Yeah.
seen this on the big screen. It's Vince Vaughn like you've never seen him before. It's one of my
Yeah.
it harkens back to a Serbian film and being an exploitation film and one of my favorite types of movies where you take a main character and you put him in a situation that is as fucked as possible. Those are my favorite movies. I gotta say, it's you think my favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future, and even that movie, at its core, it might be a lighthearted '80s comedy, but it's a guy who is trying to avoid incest to make sure he no longer exists. That's a fuck situation. Brawl in Cell Block 99 is a guy who was forced to go to prison and then to transfer to the worst prison in the country, and then transfer within that prison to the worst cell block of all time to try to save his wife.
Where Don Johnson is the warden.
And there's so much amazing violence. Vince Vaughn just beating the shit out of people. It's bloody. It's gory. All the stuff that I love in a movie. And Brawl in Cell Block,
car.
he beats the shit. It's literally Street Fighter 2. He's just beating the fuck out of a car.
Yeah.
And Brawl in Cell Block 99 is one of the most fun experiences I've had watching a movie this year, and it earned a spot above Blade Runner 2049. How do you like that?
Wow, that is something. Yeah, I did not like it nearly as much as you, but I can admire that choice. It is a very strong choice, I think. All right, speaking of strong choices, my number 6 movie I talked about in our oh god. A movie.
Who the fuck doesn't silence their phone before a podcast?
Yeah, that was my iPad actually. My phone is silenced.
Wow, you're so popular.
Yeah, my number 6 for the year is a movie that I talked about in our catch up of the year. It's called Raw. It's about a girl cannibal. Yeah. I fucking love this movie. I'm a cannibal. She's a cannibal. I'm not French, but she's French. And it is just quite an emotional journey through a veterinary school, testing boundaries and seeing how far you'll go, mixing pleasure with pain, all that shit. I love that. This movie disgusted me in ways that I didn't know that I could be disgusted. I thought that I was man enough to take on the scenes of cannibalism in this movie, and I could not. I had to look away. I had to hide my eyes from glorious cannibalism on screen. So yeah, I feel like I can't fully describe this movie because it's such an emotional journey watching this girl devolve to such an extent, her mental capacities and just everything. So definitely give this movie a try if you like French movies and you like cannibalism. So there you go. Number 6.
Your DVD cover quote is gonna say, "I literally couldn't watch it. Raves, E. Rich McCoy."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I will say, after we did our catch-up video and you talked about this movie, I didn't watch it, but I did watch the trailer, and it did make me want to watch it. So I'll probably get around to it sometime.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Hey, speaking of movies that have a number in the title, here's my third one in a row at number 6.
Yeah.
Erich, I have a little movie we watched a long time ago called John Wick Chapter 2.
John Wick! Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Again, another movie that I thought was much better than the original. Okay. John Wick 1 was fine. I thought it was a good movie. John Wick 2, now that's a fucking thrill ride. A movie where 80% of America's population is assassins, and they all want to kill one guy. Just the choreography of all these amazing shootouts and fight scenes, and how much work and that they put into the craft of like choreographing a great fight scene where everything happens in the frame. It's not like the shaky cam bullshit that we're now being forced to consume. It's like watching a stage play of people performing amazing, fights. And it's like watching The Raid, but I don't have to read subtitles. I can actually enjoy what's happening. And just I always think back to the ending and how pumped up I got watching the last 5 minutes of John Wick Chapter 2. When he realizes, and again, I'm going to harken back to how much I love movies where the main character is in a situation where he's as fucked as possible.
Yeah.
And this movie ends with John Wick realizing I'm as fucked as possible. And he's running with his dog, and he has like a 5-minute head start for everybody in the world trying to kill him. And if that's not a way to, like, you don't even need a trailer for John Wick Chapter 3. I'm already going to see it.
Exactly.
The trailer should just be the last 2 minutes of John Wick Chapter 2.
Yeah. The trailer should just be voiceovers about people talking about the world, and then the last 2 minutes. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. John Wick Chapter 2 was possibly, if not the best action film that I saw in 2017. And you know me, I love those smartly choreographed action films.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going into top 5 territory. What you got?
All right, so my number 5, a movie we both love, movie we both called Kino of the Year.
Oh my God! It's only number 5. What the fuck?
Somehow moved to number 5 on my
How
list.
How dare you?
We'll see. We'll see what the jiggery pokery happens to move it to the number 5 position.
I fucking hate you.
Number 5, 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Ow, ow.
This movie has caught some shit online. Those people are fucking idiots.
Wait, you've seen people talking shit online because it won a Golden Globe?
Yeah. Not because it won a Golden Globe. It was before that.
Oh.
Yeah, people trying to shit on it. They're fucking wrong. This movie's fucking, like, it's basically a perfect implementation of God, what's the guy's name? I don't remember. The Irish Martin McDonagh. That's the name. It's basically a perfect implementation of a Martin McDonagh script set in America with all of these great actors just playing their performances to a T, like to the best possible iteration of their characters you could do. And it just delivers on every segment, every quadrant. Just the most fulfilling character arcs that I've seen in movies in general. This movie made me feel things. It made me cry. It is a fucking. It is a great cinematic experience. What else can I say? 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. It's my number 5, but it could easily be my number 1. Like I'm not gonna criticize you for me putting it at my number 5 because it could so easily be number 1. So yeah, there we go.
Hey, I don't think we're alone in praising this movie. It had my 2 favorite performances of the year, and both those performances won Best Performances at the Golden Globes.
Vindicated. MUMKEY vindicated.
I was so vindicated. It won those 2 performances, Best Screenplay and then Best Film of the Year. If you saw me on Twitter, I was freaking the hell out that I was just so vindicated. I was so vindicated in my opinion, but that's coming up later in my list, so I'll get to that when I get to it.
Okay.
E-Rich, my number 5 is not as good as your number 5.
Yeah.
I will say it's the only piece of cape shit on my list. Can you guess which cape shit landed in my top 5?
I don't think it's Spider-Man. I don't think it. I'm gonna say Logan. Is it Logan?
No, not Logan.
Oh shit! Is it Spider-Man?
No. Another movie with a number in the title, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh shit!
Cape shit of the year. Cape shit of the year, says MUMKEY Jones. Number 5. Yet again, I'm about to upset about 99% of the audience because I thought Guardians 2 was far better than Guardians 1. I saw so much shit saying that it's one of the weakest Marvel movies, far worse than the original.
It's not weakest.
Guardians 2, it hit every emotional beat. I think every character had a great arc that I really enjoyed. It built off the first one in a great way. Just the stuff about, you find out that your dad is literally a planet and a god, and then to defy him for your friends is such... It hit me deep. It hit me deep. Guardians 2, it might be one of my favorite Marvel movies ever.
Wow.
I don't really know how to put into words why I like this movie so much, but it just, everything about it struck me. And I put it in my top 5 because I enjoyed it more than all the previous films that I've mentioned.
Wow, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you could find a place for it on your top 10.
Hell
That's
yeah.
pretty good.
A high place
Nice,
for it. What
nice.
you got for number 4?
All right, my number 4 is a movie you've already talked about.
Oh,
Um,
Blade
oh,
Runner.
nope,
What?
nope,
Brawl in Cell Block 99.
nope,
A
nope,
Ghost
nope.
Story.
That's right, A Ghost Story. My number
Hey!
4. I think you could definitely put a lot more positive check marks in Three Billboards' favor on my list, but the amount of thinking that I did about this movie, its themes, its characters, its kind of just ability to touch me on a visceral level. I sat after watching this movie for a good 5 to 10 minutes. The art house I've got has really nice couches, so I just sat on that really nice couch, and I thought, because this movie offers a lot to dwell on about your place in the universe, about what it all means to live life amongst other people, how you affect others, how your memory will live on, all of that shit. I fucking love that shit. I fucking studied philosophy for a long time, and that's the exact type of shit that gets me hard as a rock. But yeah, I fucking love this movie. Casey Affleck, he might be a fucking dipshit, but he's a fucking great cast in this.
I can separate the art from the artist, Rich.
Yeah, yeah. He puts on that fucking sheet, and I don't know the difference between any goddamn thing. Rooney Mara eats a pie in this movie. I fucking love it. There is no choice this movie makes that I do not agree with internally. If not, like, I honestly don't know if I would watch the whole scene of Rooney Mara eating the pie, but
No.
I love the idea of that. I love that the director said just eat the fucking pie, and Rooney Mara had to eat the pie. I don't know whether she fucking threw it up later, but she ate the fucking pie. What else do you want from a movie other than a girl eating a pie?
Yeah,
I
that's
asked the
my
audience.
only critique of the film is maybe make the pie scene a little shorter.
I say make it longer.
You just love those continuous shots. Only
Yeah.
unlike Birdman, this one is just one character sitting.
Yes, yes.
It's not nearly as
They,
impressive.
they should put the jazz score that was in Birdman to her eating the
Over
pie.
the
That'd be so
scene.
great. That would
Have
be
the
incredible.
drummer in the living room.
Yeah, yeah.
Just have Casey Affleck in the ghost sheet playing drums.
Yep, yep. I would love that.
All right. Number 4, E-Rich, is a little movie that I didn't expect to be this high, but just as
Okay.
I thought about all these movies, I was like, you know what? That movie was really goddamn good.
Mm-hmm.
A little film I like to call Logan Lucky.
Oh, I was considering having this on my list.
Who doesn't love and appreciate a smartly crafted heist film with twists and turns that confuse you, but then when you get the payoff, you're like, whoa, that's genius.
Yeah.
These characters are genius. Whoever wrote the script is a genius. The directing was genius. My brain was in turmoil, and now it's like so many endorphins are firing off because now I understand what's going on. This was great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a comedy. It's a great heist film. Some of my biggest laughs of the year, and just the big twist and the payoff with the twist, and then like the cliffhanger ending that we'll never get the resolution to.
Yeah.
So many of my favorite elements of film are in this movie. I actually have not seen the Ocean's films.
Oh, really? Wow.
But I think I need to watch the whole trilogy before I go see this all female Ghostbusters remake of Ocean's 10 or whatever the hell. But
Yeah.
Logan Lucky was just one of the most pleasant, fun experiences I've had in the theater, and it definitely deserves the number 4 spot on my list.
I super admire that pick because I was really considering putting Logan Lucky on here. It's just a great cast here. Adam Driver in a part.
Yeah, it was Adam Driver's best film of the year.
All right. Channing Tatum. Who else? Who fucking Seth MacFarlane, your favorite
Well,
TV actor?
You know what's funny is that in that review, that was before the Orville aired.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Seth MacFarlane was the worst part of this, and you're like, oh, are you excited for that new Orville Star Trek show starring Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah.
And like we were both like, oh man, that's gonna be shit. Oh fuck
Shitting
that.
on it, yeah.
And that was like one of my favorite TV shows of the year.
Oh
And
my
I
god.
wish we would have done a Kino about it because you were not as happy about that show as I was.
I would have had to finish it. Yeah, I think I got
Yeah.
like 6 or 7 episodes in.
Hey,
All
that's
right.
pretty far.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're going into top three
Top
territory,
three.
folks.
Ooh.
These are the movies that if you don't see them, you should probably kill yourself.
Yeah. This is where it gets contentious. This is where I start to make some
Uh-oh.
enemies. So
I'm
my
gonna
number three.
wait, time out. If you have Call Me by Your Name in your top three, I will end the podcast. I'm
I
not
have yet to see
kidding.
Call Me by Your Name, but I will see it in the
Okay,
next couple
good.
months,
Thank
years, whatever.
thank God.
All right, my number three. You already have on your list. You probably know
Oh, is it Blade Runner
what it
now?
is. It is. It is Blade Runner
Hey.
2049. I just watched this movie a couple days ago. It is every bit as good as I thought it was when I saw it in theaters. The fucking just the tact of Denis Villeneuve to take the studio's money and make this artsy, uh,
You
slow,
just like a
boring
director wasting a
movie.
studio's money.
Oh, I love it. That's the most. That's my most favorite thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you've got Baby Goose in this lead role, and he does such a fucking perfection job of playing this robot who's trying to search for his meaning in the world. And I think this movie shares a lot of thematic resonance with Star Wars: The Last Jedi because
Oh,
you've got a character who has to find out that even though they're not as important, they don't have the lineage. They're not fucking prophesized characters. They can still make a difference. They can still do something to help the world around them, and that's what Agent K, Joe, learns by the end of this movie. You've got fucking great scenes of him interacting with his hologram waifu that just I couldn't imagine walking into a Blade Runner sequel that I would see that on screen. And the great layering they do with the in real life prostitute she hires to simulate sex with him. Harrison Ford is actually good in this movie, which I couldn't see coming a mile away. Dave Bautista is great in this movie. This movie has cinematography by Roger Deakins, one of the best cinematographers in the world, who is yet to win an Oscar. He should win for this movie. This movie should win Best Cinematography. If it doesn't, I'm going to flip shit.
let's see if it even gets nominated first.
Oh, God, I hope so. I fucking hope so. He is long due a win, and this movie is one of the most beautiful movies to come out. Denis Villeneuve is one of the best working filmmakers in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Everyone should give him as much money as he wants to make these movies, even if they don't make a shitload of money. This movie did terribly at the box office. It is totally worth it for them to give their money to him. Look, the first Blade Runner didn't make a whole lot of money either. It's the studio's fault for thinking that a sequel could do any better. It didn't. So guess what? You're fucking idiots, but you're smart for giving Denis Villeneuve your money. So there you go. Blade Runner 2049, my number three of the year.
Hey, I don't even know what Dune is, but when I hear that Denis Villeneuve might be making a Dune movie, I want to go see a Dune movie.
That's right.
All right, E-Rich, we're getting into the big guns. Number three,
All right.
a movie that I am shocked that I have not heard you mention yet. And
Really?
I doubt it's going to be on your top 10 after all these other films. But
Yeah.
we both heavily praised it in our Is It Kino episode.
Okay.
Possibly, no, not possibly, but in my top 5 best Pixar movies of all time,
Oh wow.
a little
Okay.
movie I like to call a Coco.
Not a Good Dinosaur.
Not that was last year. All right, I guess
Yeah, you're
that
right,
was
you're right.
2016, right?
You're right. I'll go kill myself. That was a shitty joke. All right.
Not a joke. Good Dinosaur was great. It should have been called a Great
The
Dinosaur.
great dinosaur. The best dinosaur.
Yeah, not quite the best.
Never been a better
Coco-
dinosaur.
I mean, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but Coco was a great time at the movies. And it had another big plot twist. I love those plot twists that really get your jogging noggin. A big plot twist that was completely unexpected. A dark intensity for a children's film that really crossed the threshold from children's film into like everybody film. Like it's not just a kids movie; it's an actual film. Coco. The idea of a world of the dead instantly piques Mumkey Jones's interest because I've been dreaming of being dead for a long time. But I loved every second of this movie, and it's absolutely beautiful. I think Blade Runner 2049 might have some competition for most beautiful film of the year. Because Coco, I mean, it might be animated, but you're going to tell me Blade Runner 2049 wasn't animated for half of it? You're crazy.
Well, a lot of it was in camera, you fuck.
Hey, I had it on my top 10. Don't give me shit.
Yeah, you did.
Coco is
Pixar.
Can't fight you. Yeah, Coco is Pixar at their best. It's another movie where the climax, you're a monster, you're a robot if it doesn't bring tears to your eyes when Miguel is singing "Remember Me" to his abuela Coco. You're a goddamn demon if that doesn't make your eyes swell up with tears. It was so beautiful and sad, and God, I want to watch it again right now. I love Coco. That's my review.
Oh man, I really wish that I could put Coco on my list, but unfortunately, it does not beat the grand scale of Kubo and the Two Strings for me.
Oh my God!
Kubo was my number 10 last year, but I don't think it's as good as Kubo.
Oh, I think Coco surpasses Kubo in every possible way.
Oh, you're killing me, Monkey. You're killing me.
Okay, let me predict E-Rich's 2018 list. Number 1, Isle of Dogs. Number 2, jerking off in my own mouth.
Yeah.
Number 3, probably Infinity War. Number 3. That's going to be your list.
Is number 2 you jerking off into your own mouth, or
no? You doing it to yourself.
All right, yeah, that's probably number 2.
What's your number 2 this year?
All right. Speaking of jerking off into my own mouth.
Oh no.
It is Lady Bird. Oh, I just know how to get on your I know. Just let it out.
I don't even live in an apartment, and I think I'm gonna wake up the neighbors. Fuck.
Oh man, I love this movie.
Let's hear it.
I know you can't stand Saoirse Ronan.
No, I like the actress. I hate Lady Bird as a character.
I know, but I love her. She's just the most annoying teenager character that you could imagine being.
Iris, do you know how many times I was rejected by a ladybird in high school? There's no fucking way I can respect a character like that.
Once.
Once is enough to make you hate them all.
Yeah.
I know how Elliot Rodger felt.
Yeah. The true gentleman. Wait, what is this really?
He's the Supreme Gentleman.
The Supreme Gentleman. Yeah, I should have known that.
Did you say what's his real name?
I said the true gentleman, and I'm like, is that his real thing? No, okay. So, yeah, Lady Bird just hits all of the right notes for a character piece for me that just feels lived in and real and like an actual thing that would happen. And I really value that in a movie. It speaks to characters' connections to their
Rich, I don't go to the movies to see real life. If I want to see real life, I'll fucking sit in my living room.
Yeah, but I would rather watch like sit in your living room. So I feel like I can't really say much more than I did during our year-end wrap-up and what I just said there. So
well, good, because if I hear you talk about this anymore, I'm gonna vomit.
Well, you can't possibly get angry about my number 1, so there you go.
Good. Well, my number 2 is a movie that might be benefiting from recency bias because it's one of the most recent films that I've seen these last couple weeks, but I really enjoyed it. Number 2 goes to I, Tonya, starring Margot Robbie. Again, a true story. I love these true stories. The true story of the figure skater who was accused of assaulting a rival figure skater back in the 80s? 90s? I just saw the movie and I don't even remember.
Yeah, shit.
This movie is... It harkens back to My Name is Earl, a show that I love about like these kind of dumb hillbilly redneck folks. I love movies about people who live like in poverty and they're poor and they have silly accents. But they get into mischief and crime and illegal stuff. I love that kind of stuff, and especially when you tell me it's a true story, and when the movie gives me a new perspective on a real life event and makes me realize, oh shit, she actually didn't do anything wrong, and that all the
Mm-hmm.
media I've heard about this and everything I've heard has just been wrong. You know, this
Mm-hmm.
was the fake news story before Trump even became president. You know,
Yeah.
and the movie is so funny, because like the movie intentionally puts lies in there and then tells you that it's a lie because the writers took the real life accounts of the characters, which the accounts were contradictory. So like you'll hear from I forgot the woman's name. I feel like an idiot. You'll hear from the
Tanya
woman.
Harding.
Yeah, you'll hear from Tanya Harding, and then you'll hear from her husband, who was actually behind the attack. And like some scene will happen from his perspective, and then Tanya Harding,
Mm-hmm.
Margot Robbie will look at the camera and say, "That is not how this happened." Like as she's doing the thing that the guy said happened. It has a
Yeah.
lot of fun with like reality and different people's perspectives on this true story, and it's a great goddamn time watching a movie. And I don't know why this hasn't had a wide release yet, because it's my second favorite movie of the year.
Well, I'll tell you, it's coming to my local theaters in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think. So hopefully, after I see that, we can give it a proper Kino episode.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
my
I
god,
am
we're in
very much
number
looking forward
one
to seeing that.
territory, and I have
All
no
right.
idea what you're gonna say, because as you prefaced to me, this is a movie
Yeah.
that you forgot that you saw and that you haven't
Yeah.
mentioned at all yet.
Yeah, yeah. So last month I was looking for a movie to watch.
Is
So
this
I
Darkest Hour?
opened up my Netflix and
Oh.
I saw what is there but the newest movie brought up by Netflix, and it's called Bright, and it's written by Max Landis and
Oh my
it stars
god, your
Will
favorite
Smith
movie of the year is a movie that has 30% on Rotten Tomatoes? What the fuck?
and Joel Edgerton plays an orc in it. No, I didn't fucking like Bright. Bright was fucking shit.
Oh.
Bright was awful. Are you kidding
tricked me.
me?
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
It's awful.
I
Don't
thought you
watch
really
it.
liked it, because all I know about the movie is from going to the 4chan's TV
Yeah.
board, and they keep saying that the movie's red pilled as fuck and that the critics don't get it. So I thought you liked it.
Well, black people can't be black people because black people are orcs in the movie. So,
But
you know.
Will Smith plays the white guy.
Yeah, he basically is the white guy. Okay, so all right, all right. It is not Bright.
Oh.
My favorite movie of the year, and you're right. I completely forgot that I saw this movie. So the viewer at home is probably like, "What the fuck? How can it be your favorite movie if you forgot you even saw it?"
Good point.
Well, you do have a point there. Sure,
Yep.
sure. But my favorite movie of the year is a movie called After the Storm. No one has heard of this movie. No one will probably ever see this movie.
What the hell is that
But
movie?
it is a movie by some Japanese filmmaker. He's pretty famous in Japan. It is
Oh,
entirely.
Miyazaki.
It isn't. No, not Miyazaki. It's entirely. Oh God, you just know how to push my buttons so that I'm like, God damn it! Now I have to tell him it's not Miyazaki. Oh God. But okay, so I don't know how to say this guy's name, and I'm not gonna look it up right now. But it is. This is just a perfectly made movie. It is a very small scale movie about a divorced man who is a writer, and he has gained some prominence but not enough to actually be successful. And instead of actually writing more or trying to continue his career, he is basically a private eye, but he's not even that good at that. And basically the movie is about his relationship with his son, who he's trying to spend time with and trying to be a good father to, but he kind of can't help but give him some of his kind of negative habits. He likes to gamble, and like basically the one connection they have is doing basically scratchers together. And there's a great scene where his divorced mother and the son all have to kind of hide out while this storm passes over, and they just have this moment between all of them sitting in this shelter rather than in the house that they've got waiting for them there. It is such a beautifully made movie. I'll look up who did it real quick just so we know. But
Christopher Miyazaki.
no, the Japanese are
Not
very
a real
very
person.
ashamed of you. Just this movie, basically the thing that happens in this movie basically happened to me when I was a small child. So it just feels so true to that moment and so true to This movie has 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it is very well liked. It was made by, I don't fucking know. It doesn't list the director here, but Hiroshi Abe is the star of this, and this man is just so naturalistic and just so he seems like a real person in the movie. And the movie is just one of my favorite movies that I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
I saw it with a friend who actually lives in Japan, his mother. So there's that. The director is Hirokazu Koreeda. So
Wait,
if
you were on a
do-
date with your friend's mom?
Yeah, I was actually. No, I wasn't. I wish my life was that important or interesting.
You wish
Actually,
you
if
were on
I
a
was-
date with a 40-year-old woman?
If I was on a date with a friend's mom and she was 40 years old and I'm like 25-ish, that could actually be a movie. There could be a movie about that.
25-ish? You don't know how old you are?
I literally just turned 25, so fuck
Oh.
off. Yeah.
Wait, when was your birthday? I don't remember that.
I can't say that. I can't really.
Did I say happy birthday to you? I don't remember.
I don't fucking know, man.
Oh, fuck. I'm a bad friend.
It doesn't matter. I don't know when your birthday is.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So I love everything about this movie. I didn't quite remember it because it's Japanese and I don't know, moon ruins. I just can't read. I can't. I don't know what they're saying.
So where can I find this movie if I want to go see it?
I have no fucking idea.
Oh, that's great.
I'll do a search for it and tell you after you're done with your number one. So what is your number one best movie of the year? Monkey's favorite.
Okay, it's going to be controversial, folks.
Oh, shit.
People are going to be upset with me.
Great.
We did an Is It Kino about this. I wasn't super into it then, but I saw it again, just like with Ghost Story. I've done a lot of self-reflection, and my favorite of the year has to be the Emoji Movie. Let me tell you.
I should have seen it coming. I should have known this.
They took the concept of the emojis in your phone, just a smiley face, a frowny face, a poop face, and they turned it into a cinematic experience, folks. 95 pure minutes of comedy based on something that you wouldn't think is funny. They took the Toy Story formula and they elaborated on it. They grew upon it. They make Toy Story look like fucking garbage because it takes place in your phone. And TJ Miller, when he's not molesting girls in his college, he's voicing the meh emoji. And he's so meh in his performance that you just laugh. And you got Sir Patrick Ian Stewart, playing the poop emoji when he's famous for being, a refined British gentleman. But now he's playing poop? What? That's crazy stunt casting. You got a great plot about, just be yourself, but not really, because if he was being himself, he would be meh. But then he was being himself by not being meh. Just, it's deep, and kids will understand it, and that's my favorite movie of the year. Rich, are you still there? Did you disconnect on Discord? Are you there? Rich, buddy? Are you mad that I forgot your birthday? What's going on? Hello? There's something inside you. It's hard to explain. They're talking about you, boy, but you're still the same. Real human being and a real hero.
Do you know, if I had a gun,
Yeah?
and that gun was loaded,
Yeah. Yeah?
I thought we had something as a duo where we would review movies,
Yeah.
remove movies,
Yep.
and talk about our feelings. And then your number one movie of the year,
Yep.
after all the lead up,
After 54 minutes of podcasting.
I just don't know what to say anymore. I mean, is there anything to say?
You could say real human. Hey, you want to hear my real number one movie?
Yeah.
Motherfucking 3 billboards outside Epic Missouri!
Yeah!
Oh! Kino of the year every year. Woo! A movie that after my first viewing jumped into my top 10 films of all fucking time. Holy shit! And if you want to hear my review of it, just go watch our fucking Kino episode about it. We went on for an hour about this goddamn movie. I said everything I could possibly say about it and a lot more. 3 billboards, best movie of 2017, maybe one of the best movies of the decade. Who knows? Who knows? E-Rich, are you happy with our list? Did we do a good top 20, even though we had some overlap?
We did a fucking great job. Thank you very much for changing your fucking...
Was that on purpose?
Yeah, that was on purpose. That was my reaction to you changing your fucking mind about this. Jesus Christ. I am so happy.
You didn't really think I had an emoji movie number 1, did you?
I don't know, man. Yeah, you mess with my mind so much. I don't know sometimes. I don't know. The relief. The relief in the room right now.
Well, hey, everybody, we're not going to hold you for more than an hour. So, hey, thanks for tuning in to our top 20 favorite movies of the year. We'll be back very soon with a Kino review of The Post. Then we'll probably do the next Coen Brothers movie. And also, we're both going to do a special selection pick where I pick a movie and E-Rich picks a movie that we just enjoy. And we'll make each other watch the other movie and talk about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, look forward to those. And
I look forward to watching the Emoji Movie again.
So look forward to Kino in January because we're not going to see very many things in the shitty theater. Because fuck,
that's right.
I'm not going to see the goddamn Commuter. I'd rather actually see the Emoji Movie again than see the Commuter.
Yeah.
Or
as
whatever
Red
horror
Letter
movies
says,
coming
fuck
out.
you, it's January.
Hey, they haven't made one yet. We should make the fuck you, it's January for this year.
Yeah, we should beat them to it.
Yeah, I mean, we beat them to reviewing a bunch of other stuff. We beat them to Star Wars, and they're the goddamn Star Wars kings of the internet.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. For Is It Kino 57-minute edition, I have been MUMKEY Jones.
And I remain E-Rich despite the fact that MUMKEY's trying to fucking kill me.
And we'll see you next year for our top 20 films of 2018.
Eat the rude, people.